Hello you guys, welcome back to another video. It is election night in our little fake country here of Bletia, and I am here. Election is going to start in about 2 hours, and it's going to be a governor election, a presidential election, and a councilor election, and this video is on the governor election. Now, we still have the same states as before. The only difference is that the capital district is not voting in this one. It is being classified as a territory like all the rest of them. So there's that. But we're going to look at who's going to win each state for governor. The states being Luna, Bergenholt, Lydia, David, Gregoria, Ghostland, and Dersavia. Those are 7 states. So there's 7 seats to win. And we have a bunch of data here. We have maps kind of showing the spread of different parties, wherever members are. So here, for example, is the spread of my party, which is Labor. You can see we're mostly in the south here. Here's the spread of the party PCPB. This is the leftist party. You can see they're mostly in the north and also a lot in the territories. Here's the SPB. This is the far right, settler first, native last party, pretty much. You can see they're very, very, very heavily located in Luna, the state of Luna. And then we have the NUP. This is one of the bigger parties as well. You can see they're kind of spread out, but they're mostly on the eastern coast of the country here. And there's also a large amount of them in Dersavia, and there's some sprinkled throughout the territories. We have DILF. Basically, it's a party. It's a state party for David. So you can see the state of David has a huge amount. These guys are like 3rd position. I don't really know how to describe them. But you can see they're heavily here. They're also in here, and Nibar, that's that. And I also have a map of the non-affiliated. So this is a map of the people who are independent or have not joined the party at all. This is where they are. So these are also factors. So we have all these maps here, and hopefully their inclusion means that we can get a more accurate prediction than last time. Last time I actually was off. In my party, I predicted 4 Labor seats. We actually got 5 Labor seats, but the other parties were quite off, so that sucks. I also have polling data here, a large amount of polling data here, starting on October the 16th, about 2 weeks ago, and ending just a couple hours ago. So you can see kind of over time how parties have gone. This line is Labor. You can see it's pretty consistently the first party here. And they are gaining some momentum. My party is gaining some momentum, it seems. NUP has seen better days for sure. They had a bump right here. Now, actually, they have fallen for the first time to 3rd place. PCPB did receive a pretty nice bump, and now they are slightly declining. DILF, the state parties, actually came out of nowhere and really risen to the top. Although the momentum is kind of dying right now from what we see. And Independent / the Liberal Party, which is another party we'll talk about soon, maybe in another video, has been consistently doing better and better each election, and they actually are, as of this moment, tied with the David party, so that's something. And then the SPB, the Settler Party, has been going on and off. But really, who knows? Now, I want you to keep in mind that polls are always inaccurate. I mean, look at polls in real life. Most polls said that Hillary Clinton was going to win 2016 election. Some polls said that Trump was going to win 2020. A lot of polls said that Kamala Harris would narrowly win 2024. All of those are wrong, and it happens, and that's just because of vote share, the size of a poll, etc. But this is how it looks based on the poll. But here's an example of this. Actually, you can see the last poll before the delegate election, which I've covered previously. You can see it was on 10/17, the day before. As you can see, especially noticeable for the NUP, the polls show about 25%. In reality, it was almost 40%. So, I mean, we'll see when the election happens how accurate this poll was. We'll see. Obviously, you want it to be accurate, but we'll see. Okay, so another thing to take into account is who is running where. So let's look at the actual governors. There are 2 states that I want to say right off the bat are safe, without a shadow of a doubt, and that is actually the state of David. State of David is without a doubt going to the David party. There is a Davidist governor running, and he is surely going to win. Now, also, in the state of Luna, the Settler Party is also pretty much guaranteed to win. That's a terrible color. Let's pick a different color actually for them. All right, we're gonna go with that. That is our new color, my friends. There we go. Like as you can see from this map, the vast majority of them are in Luna. Luna for other parties, let's see, PCPB, they have some presence there. Labor has a little bit of a presence. NUP has a little bit of a presence. So, yeah, in order for the Settlers Party to not win, everyone would have to band together, and I don't know if that's going to happen, just based on politics. So I would say these two are for sure safe. Let's start off, though, on... I guess let's finish off the eastern coast. Let's start off with Bergenholt. Let's look at Bergenholt. So here's our registration form on our Discord server. So everyone registers here to be a candidate. So we can actually filter by... This is actually council. Whoops. We can actually filter by state, which is cool. So we can filter by Bergenholt. And you can see there's only 2 candidates running here. We have an NUP and we have Labor, which is my party. Now we have an Orange Man running here. His campaign started a little bit later, so there's that to keep in mind. And then we have, what's this guy's name? Is it really R dot dot dot? Oh, there we go. Aurelica. Okay, interesting. Now, let's check out party composition here. So, and again, we're focused on this state right here, Bergenholt. So for Labor, let's see. We have a pretty decent presence in Bergenholt. If you look at this map, we have 3 to 4 people. And then the competitor, NUP, has 1 to 2 people. So they're not doing as good in Bergenholt. But you also have to keep in mind other stuff. For example, a right-wing party, like the SPB, also has a man in Bergenholt, so that is something. And PCPB also has some presence in Bergenholt, so I think they would vote for Labor, while SPV would vote with the NUP, which is a right-wing party. Is there anything else? Let's see. There's also some wild cards there, of course. I'm going to say, as of this moment, I am feeling Bergenholt will be won by Labor. That is my opinion. It may turn out to be wrong. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just biased. Obviously, it's my party. Obviously, everyone has bias. But based on how I'm feeling right now, I feel like Labor has a better chance coalitioning with the PCPB. The PCPB voters in the state voting for Labor, another left-wing party, might be able to squeak out a victory, even against NUP, and also support from the Settler Party if they give it. So I think Governor is for sure going to Labor. That is my opinion. Now let's look at the state straight to the north. This is the state of Lydia. Now if we look at the state of Lydia, if we filter here, you can see there's only 2 candidates again. There is the actual priest of our religion here, who actually is also a member of the NUP, so there's that, is running against Gel Tony of the PCPB. So this is the 2. It's either going to be the conservative NUP or the left-wing PCPB. Now let's look at our factors here. Let's see. PCPB has a very strong presence in the north of the country, as you can see here. And if they can get out there and vote, I think they will pretty easily win. But let's see, NUP. They actually do have a decent presence in Lydia, so it may be closer. Who else is in Lydia? There is a presence of Labor there. And there is... Okay, so I think Labor together with PCPB, I think they defeat NUP here, to be honest. Lydia just kind of is a very left-wing state right now. It is also the state where the leader of the party is from. So I'm going to say pretty confidently that Lydia is going to the PCPB for governor. Now we're going to move to the north here, and we're going to look at Gregoria. Gregoria is an interesting state. Let's look at it here. So there's actually no governor slot for Gregoria. Alright, so I messaged him. He didn't respond. So there's that. I guess for now we'll assume that it's going to go to the PCPB as well. They have a high presence there. They just, for some reason, could not get someone to run for their party. But maybe there will be something... I don't know what happens if no one votes, or if no one runs. There was a candidate, but I guess they came in after a time limit or something, so they were removed. But, I mean, otherwise, there's just not going to be a governor for that state, and that doesn't really make sense. So, That probably means this prediction is going to be wrong if that turns out a different way, but whatever. I'm just still going to go with, yeah, this is going to be a PCPB state. Sorry about that. Okay, so Ghostland is the next one. It's this kind of it's a weird looking state here. And let us see here. So if we look at Ghostland, and actually, it's easy to call. There's only one candidate running here. It's a Labor candidate. So Labor is running an uncontested election here. So they're going to win that seat. So that's another seat for Labor. Very nice for them, I guess. Next up, and last but not least, is Dersavia. Now let's look at Dersavia. They only have one governor again. So, spent so much time trying to figure out what to do with Grigori. I didn't realize this would be so easy. But it looks like Dersavia is going to the NUP. They couldn't really find anyone to resist them. So that is our map. And this is what the spread looks like. It looks like 1 for NUP, 2 for PCPB, tied with Labor for 2 here, and then 1 for the David Party, and then 1 for the Settler Party. So overall, no like clear winner. It's a tie between these two parties. And again, that only happens if Gregoria can be replaced or make an exception and they get a governor candidate. I'm not sure. If they do, then PCB is probably going to win. If not, I'm not sure what would happen. So that might just be voided. I don't know how that would work, but it might just be voided. If that's voided, then Labor would have a slim majority. That is the end of my governor prediction for all 7 states. The election, as of time of recording, is going to happen in about 2.5 hours. So it will surely be interesting. I will be able to count all the results. That'll be fun. It should take a while for polls to close, though, so it'll be a little bit stressful, but we'll see. So thank you for watching. I'm also going to release a councilor prediction and presidential prediction, hopefully coinciding with this video, maybe a little bit later. We'll see. I don't have much time. The election's about to happen. So yeah, that's about it for this video. Hope to see you guys next time. Goodbye.